Ottawa.
The following program is brought to you by Rogers Anyplace TV. Enjoy exclusive content for free. Visit RogersAnyplaceTV.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kimothy Walker. I'm the chair of Amazing People, and I am the co-founder together with Eric Collard, and we welcome 420 of you here tonight. Thank you.
One thing before we get started, beautiful round of applause for our guests, Twin Flames. Great way to get the evening started.
I'm not sure everybody knows that they're amazing people and that they will be honored here tonight, bringing their Indigenous music to Canada, and we thank them for that.
So please start eating. We've got a full night ahead, and you want to make sure that you have your bellies full. We're going to keep going for an hour or two or three, have a little bit of fun, and you want to make sure you have energy for the disco after. So make sure you get your salads, maybe even a little bit of wine. I've heard that helps, especially when it's amazing wine. So get started.
One of the things that you all need to know about Amazing Wine is that some of the proceeds go to our amazing charities. So we like to say that you can drink for charity. So it's truly humble, and we appreciate your effort.
It's not easy, but I know you folks can do it. Kimothy and I have done it over the last few years, and hopefully you can join us tonight drinking for charity.
One of the things that we would like to do tonight is that we encourage you to eat through every course, through every performance. I know your salads are on the table now and that you have wine. The reason is that we have a lot to cover. We have 40 amazing people in this room who are community builders, and we want to make sure that we celebrate them in a way that is appropriate, and we strongly support you buying raffle tickets.
We'll be on you for some of the fundraising initiatives throughout the night. Before we get started, we want to thank our host and sponsor, the Westin Hotel, the incredible new executive chef, Jeffrey Morden. So if we can get a round of applause, trust me, it'll be worth it.
Jeffrey. The other thing that we want to do is we have amazing people, board members who dedicate hundreds of hours a year to Amazing People. We want to bring them up to the stage. Eric is one of them. He was the co-founder, but he is also an ongoing volunteer. We want to bring on stage first Tara Shannon. Tara, our creative director tonight, who you will see perform.
And keep your applause till the end, because we've got a few of these people.
Christine Hamilton, who is our project manager. There she is, who keeps track of all of us. Peggy Taillon from Hera Mission. Peggy. Chris Page, who is our Director of Logistics. He made all of this happen for all of you. Derek Donaldson keeps track of all of our finances so that we can make contributions to our charities. Debbie Trenholm, Savvy Company, is Director of Ticket Holder Experience. Where's Debbie? There she is. She is wearing her mother's dress from the 1960s. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. Heather Gilmore is the Director of Volunteers. We could not do what we do without volunteers. We thank you immensely. We're grateful for the dozens of them who have helped tonight. Here is Heather. By the way, Heather was a board member in year 1, and we're very happy to have her back.
Round of applause for these lovely board members. So if you, we try to get out there on something called social media. If you are going to take part, the hashtag for tonight is AP Ottawa. So all you crazy kids want to get out there on the Twitter and the Facebook. And
on the Twitter.
On the Instagram. On the Twitter. Hashtag is AP Ottawa.
We're also on Facebook as Amazing People, so feel free to post your photos, as well as those we would like to thank who support our website, Brooke, Alana, Christine. Thank you very much for your volunteer. Hey, Alana, pay attention. We're thanking you. Thank you very much for supporting our website. We truly appreciate it.
Pour ceux qui ne le savent pas, c'est quelque chose qui a commencé environ il y a 5 ans. C'est quelque chose qu'on a commencé avec une couple d'amis. C'est une idée qu'on avait. Après un verre de vin ou peut-être 2, on est arrivé à une idée pour un gala. Après ça, après 5 années, là, maintenant on a fait des fonds. On a fait des fonds de plus que 200 000 personnes, $200 000 pour les charités locales. So something that we got started just over 5 years ago. Over a glass of wine. Unfortunately, back then, the Amazing Wine wasn't around, and we recruited a couple friends and had a couple of galas along the way. And through the years, we raised close to $250,000 for local charities. So we thank, and it's all part of, you guys are all part of this.
So we would thank our presenting sponsor, Cora Village. Barbara and Dan are avid Sens fans, so we know where they are tonight. They're watching the game, but they have 20 people here tonight who will be supporting us, so thank you very much. I think Al is one of them, and he will be presenting the Amazing People of the Year award, so thank you very much, Al, because he built one of our schools for us. Thank you. I have to tell you, when Eric and I went to see Dan 5 years ago, we said, we know nothing about organizing a gala. We know nothing about fundraising, quite frankly. And Dan said, okay, so what can we do for you? I'm like, okay, we're going to build some schools. And Schoolbox tonight will build its 100th school. Thanks in part to what we're doing here tonight, and Hera Mission will finish its community center with Peggy Taillon and Wendy Micawber, thanks to what we're doing here tonight, so we're making a real difference.
We couldn't do this without our sponsors that come on board over the years, so we wanted to say thanks to the Westin, of course, for hosting us tonight. Av and I live well, quality entertainment. I know Brian's here with his afro. I saw him earlier.
Where's Brian?
Brian Henry, thanks for your help over the years. Pillar IP, Heather from Pillar IP. I know she's here somewhere.
She's over there.
Ottawa Media Group, which we're part of. We've been part of this since the beginning.
I think we own it.
Yeah, something like that. The TIFF group of companies, 10,000 feet. Derek with 10,000 feet. He's around here somewhere. We've got also Valberg Imaging that will be taking your photos tonight. We've got Power Truck Repairs, Miller McConnell Signs, Savvy Company, Ren Frock Repeat, Willow Sound Records, and of course, we can't forget the sponsor of our bubbly and the sponsor of the wine, Chateau des Charmes, which is has been helping us with amazing wine over the years. So thank you. Round of applause for all these folks.
So as Eric repeated, Michelle Valberg Imaging, if you go on to our website, amazingpeople.ca, or Michelle's. In the next week, you will find these incredible photos of you, and we're happy to say that all of the money from there will go to charity. In the meantime, we would like to welcome tonight Project North and thank Michelle Valberg for sponsoring the photos so that when you go online to purchase, that is where the money will go.
So also throughout the evening, you'll see sponsors and amazing people quotes on the big screen, thanks to Stacy and Eyes on Ottawa. Where's Stacy? Somewhere? Yeah, thank you.
So this year we're turning our attention to Indigenous youth, and we're focusing on mental health for the arts. We're turning to mental health through music, which you will understand shortly in an incredible performance. And we have partnered this year with the Michael Jean Foundation. And we're thrilled that Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Michael Jean, Secretary General of La Francophonie and the 27th Governor General of Canada, the Commander-in-Chief, is here with us tonight, along with her philosopher husband. They will have important things for us to say later.
The great thing is every dollar tonight will be matched by the federal government, thanks to Madame Jean. And so spend like there's no tomorrow on the raffle tickets. So just so you know, up for grabs tonight, we've got a week in Costa Rica. We've got weekend retreats at the Westin and Marriott hotels, a couple of staycations, and a copy of the Canada's 150th book signed by the mayor. And the ladies will be around throughout the evening, and they were around during the VIP. It's $50 for an arm length and $20 for 5 tickets. So you can trust me. We've got some great prizes for you tonight.
As you will hear from Madame Jean and Jean-Daniel Lafont, we are all going to be amazing in 2018, and we look forward to that. But every dollar that you raise here tonight will be matched by the federal government. So for every dollar that you spend on the raffle is $2. So thank you very much. We would like to start introducing our amazing people. We have a process where if the amazing people come up this side, the people who are doing the pins, hi Christine, the people who are doing the pins will pin Madame Jean, Jean-Daniel Lafont. If you could join us on the stage, that would be incredible. Behind you, behind that microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, the first to the stage, Judy Hum Delaney.
After almost losing her own life and spending 5 months at a hospital, Judy is now community champion for everything from childhood cancers to Refuse to Lose, Gold on the Hill, and Phoebe Rocks. Phoebe was an amazing person who we lost before she got to go to school, and Judy's on the Children's Wish Foundation, and Foodie Girls is her fundraising machine. There she is, making her way to the stage.
David Froome. David? David Froome is blind, deaf, and developmentally delayed, now in his early 70s for the first time in his life. David is living independently, having lived in many different places in his life, including institutions and group homes. He is grateful to finally have a place of his own. Through the help of Ottawa Carleton Life Skills, this dream of independence is finally coming true. David.
You should go down?
No, he can walk.
He's going to come up? Okay. Okay. How do we go? Okay. It's okay. Our next honoree, Jim Mcnab. Jim forever changed the lives of creative and artistic young teens in the Ottawa region when he stepped up to the challenge in the early 1980s and took the lead in creating Canterbury High School Performing Arts program. We want to thank him for his tireless dedication to the students and his deep connection to the design and implementation of a curriculum. Is Jim here? Yeah, he's making his way down right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will ask you to hold your applause till the end, but Jim Mcnab. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a difficult circumstance this afternoon. Stuntman Stu and his wife Connie Bernardi had a family challenge involving the injury of her father. So we're going to make do. They can't come here tonight, but we wanted to celebrate everything that Connie Bernardi and Stuntman Stu have done in this community after he was diagnosed with leukemia. So thank you very much.
Our next honoree, James Peltzer. After crossing the finish line of the marathon right before the Boston bombings, James started a campaign to focus on the positive by posting daily his inspirational photos of beauty in this world. He reminds us on a daily basis that the world is a magical place and that we need to pay attention. There's James.
There's James. Yay, James!
Go ahead. You need to get through this.
Yeah, I know. Esther Melodoro. Where's Esther? She's what we would call an everyday hero. She cared for every single member of her family facing palliative care, her husband, her mother, her aunt. Esther has been selfless in all and was nominated by her grandson for her ongoing dedication to helping those in need. Esther. Ibrahim.
Yep. Our next honoree, Ibrahim Musa. Ibrahim arrived in Canada as a refugee from Iraq in 2002 and has lived in Ottawa community housing since. He's now one of the attendant ambassadors, striving to improve the lives of those around him. And after his 17th birthday, he found Cuts for Kids, a nonprofit organization that provides free haircuts to children in Ottawa. Since starting Cuts for Kids in May 2016, Ibrahim and his team has already hosted an event in 5 different communities.
Duelo. Duelo Alaboud, Ottawa Community Housing, also an OCH tenant ambassador. Duelo is part of Pathways to Education and helps high school students living in low-income housing excel in school and explore post-secondary opportunities, a partnership OCH values strongly. Currently, Duelo is an international development major and psychology minor in the University of Ottawa. She works at the Student Federation of the University of Ottawa and is a champion organizer. Duelo is also the president of the organization Water For, which raises awareness and funds on issues of water security. Duelo. Duelo could not be here with us today, sadly, so we're going to continue on with Gary Bradshaw. Gary, could you come to the stage, please? Gary was responsible for bringing the Cycling Without Age program to Ottawa during the summer of 2015. He traveled to Europe while in Denmark. He saw a cyclist with a senior citizen in the front and thought I should bring that to Ottawa. He did. Gary, are you here? I think that's an understated outfit, Gary. It's completely understated. Gary now has 2 bicycles at the Briere Foundation, and he drives young people around who might be in their 80s, and we appreciate that.
Our next honoree, Wayne Tosh. Wayne first came to Ottawa to play for the Ottawa Rough Riders from 1970 to 1978. During his playing time, he'd run Bible studies for the team, and this spread across the country. Started a whole ministry called Athletes in Action. This ministry is now impacting professional sports and university and colleges across the country. He's also used to directly impact young, aspiring football athletes, sharing his knowledge and expertise of the game. And is Wayne making his way down? There he is.
Wayne Tosh. Omar Al-Tahab, I hope I got that right, has been committed to making the lives of young people in his community better. He's been working with the most at risk in Ottawa as a dedicated youth counselor at the Robert Smart Center for the last 8 years. He's worked tirelessly for the Boys and Girls Club, and he's currently part of their youth outreach worker program, and previously very closely with Camp Christie. Omar helped organize the Ottawa Amazing Youth Race. I have to say, Omar, we enjoy the name, Omar.
And it seems Omar's got a big fan club in the back, so. Our next honoree, Sean O'Leary, who's nominated by MPP Lisa MacLeod. Well, I think she's in the crowd. Yes, she's going to come and help us present Sean's pin to him. Sean brought the plight of those struggling with addictions to dangerous counterfeit drugs to the forefront in Ottawa and has become an advocate for the youth in our city and those who have overdosed from the powerful opioid fentanyl. Sean's courage to speak out about his own daughter's struggle has helped parents form a support network called We the Parents.
Whoa, what's going on? Catherine Landry could not be here tonight, but she's a marketing force in Ottawa, and she takes an idea and runs with it. She's raised millions of dollars for local young people. Our hopes and dreams are with Catherine tonight.
Another nominee,
Absolutely stunning.
Zaina Zuvani, nominated by her son. Zaina is a refugee from Uganda who's come to make a remarkable difference in Ottawa. She now sits as Director General for the Canadian government, and on the road to this credible position, she exercised the value of being a public servant outside of her career. She volunteers effortless in the community, has helped many widows, women, and families who immigrated to Canada from war-torn countries settle into life in Canada.
Zaina's down here.
And Zaina's making her way. Oh, there you go.
We'd like to call next Matt Smart. He's a young man with a remarkable heart for kids and a commitment to the cause of education for children globally. Matt was the recipient of our Amazing People Youth sponsorship last year. We're very proud about that. He went to Nicaragua. He helped build us a school. And during the trip, Matt was touched by the friendships he made. He is now building a school of his own, Matt.
And I can tell you from experience, I got to go down to Nicaragua with Matt. He was on the trip that I was down, and he works hard sometimes. We're very, very proud of him. Our next honoree from the same organization, Jeannette Affleck. She started her career as an Ottawa Valley as a primary school educator, where she inspired countless young children to reach their full potential. She's also a founding member of Schoolbox, where she invested in her son Tom Affleck's dream to start a movement that is now empowering more than 18,000 kids in Nicaragua.
Yay!
Since Schoolbox started in 2006, she's helped participate in school builds every year and helped spread the word around the entire community and the entire country.
One of the things that you can win later when you bid on the raffle is Jeannette has organized for us a week in Costa Rica. We have incredible prizes, and people will be circulating to help you spend the money that Madame Jean will meet dollar for dollar. So thank you. Pierrette Raymond. I know you're over there, Pierrette. She's a special kind of person in this community, and Pierrette, I'm going completely off script right now, came to my attention when Ottawa was flooding, and Pierrette gave her company 1-800-GOT-JUNK to save the people along the Ottawa River. Come on up. She donated her company to help people who were in need, and she is an incredible citizen. Pierrette, thank you very much.
Hang with us, we got a few more before we take a break. Another lady that needs almost no introduction, Wendy Micawber. She's been working with the homeless population since the early 90s and was instrumental in establishing the region's first palliative care program, primarily for victims of the AIDS epidemic. She's the founding executive director of the Ottawa Inner City Health, and she started on a shoestring budget in 2001. Unfortunately, Wendy couldn't be here tonight, but we want to make sure that she gets acknowledged for all the great work that she does.
I think Peggy is going to accept on her behalf.
Oh, Peggy's going to be accepting the award on her behalf.
Peggy. So Peggy just returned from Kenya, where she was working at our orphanage that we support, and she's accepting on Wendy's behalf.
Another gentleman that you probably know his name, Bruce Firestone, in addition to bringing us the Ottawa Senators. Does anyone know who the Ottawa Senators are? Yeah. They are playing tonight in the Canadian Talent Centre, which he helped us bring as well. Professor Firestone was the founding director of the Ottawa Art Gallery, the first publisher of the Ottawa Business Journal, or Ottawa Business News, who's now the Ottawa Business Journal, and founded executive director of a nonprofit organization which focused on educating and mentoring entrepreneurs. He's taught and studied at McGill, Laval, Harvard, any other place, and he's currently with Black Sheep Development bringing a mega sports complex to Orleans.
Have your photo taken, sir.
Great job.
Merci.
Christo Bilicuti. Nobody's gonna miss this man walking to the stage, I can tell you. Christo, beloved friend, played in the NFL. He came home to help Ottawa Community Housing at 6'8" and 300 and something pounds. He's dedicated his life to helping young people, and we are so incredibly proud that he's part of Ottawa Community Housing. Christo, thank you.
So we'll be taking a break while you eat some more food, and we'll be back to honor the other 20 amazing people shortly.
Celebrate Ottawa is a collection of stories for, by, and about the people, places, and rich history that make Ottawa such a vibrant place to call home. Tune in Sunday evenings at 7:30.
With NHL Center Ice, you get a premium ticket to the games you want every night of the season. With up to 37 out-of-market games a week to choose from, you'll get more goals, more saves, more non-stop action from the teams you love. NHL Center Ice, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this. Order through your remote or call 1-888-ROGERS-1 today.
No, I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit, but it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
Becta, massage therapy, pedicures. We're going to do them in a bundle. You're going to start to see people circulating. Where's Peggy? Peggy? Can't see.
Still on the left.
Peggy, she's going to be selling the tickets for this. All 100% of the proceeds go to the Michael Jean Foundation. So we're very happy if you would like to indulge yourself in food, romance, spa, and travel.
On voudrait dire un gros merci à nos invités d'honneur, Madame Jean et Monsieur Lafond. I think that warrants a round of applause. This is a partnership that started a few years ago, and we're really excited to keep it going. So without any further ado, if we can get the Madame Jean and Monsieur Lafont up here to share a few words with us. They're busy people. They're slowly making their way.
Allez, ça c'est moi d'abord. Non, c'est moi. Attends. Cher Timothy, dear members of amazing people, dear friends, chers amis, how are you? Ça va? Alors, je commence par une question, et j'ai besoin de votre attention. Quel est le mot, un mot très très beau, que l'on donne aux femmes et aux hommes qui sont motivés par un grand altruisme et par un amour de l'humanité, et qui donnent vraiment sans compter, et qui contribuent au bien commun? I'm saying, how do you call someone, someone with a profound sense of caring for the other, a sense of love for humanity, women and men who work to improve the fate of others? Amazing, of course.
Easy.
But there's another word that is a very amazing word. It's very beautiful. How do you call these people who give so much of themselves? Philanthropists. Des philanthropes. I know it's hard to write, eh? Philanthropist, philanthrope. Philanthropy is a wonderful synonym for love of humanity. Philanthropists are all amazing people, actually. Philanthropy is a work of heart. A heart that knows how to love. A heart that knows how to let itself be moved, how to feel. A heart that knows the importance of sharing. So, do I hear a crowd of big hearts beating together in the room tonight? Oh, come on, louder! You're amazing people! So I do hear you. You have a heart, and that gives me a lot of hope. You all amazing people give me hope. Hope in particular for the indigenous and disadvantaged youth of this city. Hope for indigenous and disadvantaged youth throughout the Ottawa Valley and beyond. And together with Hera Mission of Canada, Project North, and Schoolbox, the Michael Jean Foundation, co-founded by my husband Jean-Daniel Lafont and me, is building bridges to hope, personal transformation, and community betterment, fighting hopelessness where it prevails. In the dynamic ecosystem of social change we have here in the National Capital Region, the Michael Jean Foundation is helping to open up a world of possibilities to youth-driven initiatives. Our method leverages youth-driven arts projects to touch the hearts and minds of all and stakeholders on issues of capital importance. Guided by youth and by their works of art, we invite everyone to look at the often, invisible issues many of our most vulnerable citizens face. In public forums, we try to find and identify solutions and see how the solutions can and will be implemented with all sectors of the community. So let me tell you what I have seen as I have just returned from Halifax to see what the young people we support there are achieving. And I can tell you that the results are amazing. They're awesome. Initially working far from the limelight, they have tapped into the transformative power of creativity. And with that power, they have reached over 200,000 Nova Scotians in order to ignite hope, in order to create new jobs, bring people together, and improve quality of life for the most vulnerable, all within a strategic community action framework. So I want to say that such is the power of the arts when harnessed by young people. Ultimately, youth and their often unconventional approaches are part of the solution, part of the equation, right here, right now. And solutions are not possible without them. Enough, with the oft-heard hollow cliche, youth are the future. We need to understand that they are here, they are now, they are among us, ready to work, they create, they innovate. And there are youth in the room right now who do that. So think about it. Everywhere young people, when left behind, they're being preyed on by gangs, by criminal groups, and extremist organizations. They may end up in prison. They may present high risk for drug abuse, homelessness. Many, we know that, take their own lives. So actions at the Michael Jean Foundation are focused on these young people. They are the focus of our prevention work. And that work only becomes possible with you, my friends, through your generous contributions. And as said before, for every amount, the Government of Canada will match and double every single dollar you give. That's a lot of mileage for the money. It's doubling the power of your investment. So please, if you can, continue to give generously and also encourage your friends to do the same. And I want to speak now about another project with amazing people and Kimuti's amazing team, one that's very, very dear to my heart. It involves 100 business women working together for a Canada-wide, indeed worldwide project called Libre Ensemble. I don't want to take too much of your time, but let me tell you a bit about Libre Ensemble. Libre as in free, ensemble as in together, free together, which in English we are calling love together. At the International Organization of La Francophonie, which I preside, it was first conceived as an online platform and has since expanded into a global space created by youth where they express and find their right and legitimate place as they engage in constructive, innovative projects and initiatives together locally and globally for a better world. A world where terrorist threats and extremist organizations are countered. A world where global trends towards close-mindedness and isolationism are challenged. The campaign resonates particularly strong in Canada, where technology-savvy hate groups are tapping into people's fears and anxieties. And they are doing so to reinforce a kind of radical extremism which has already, you know that, taken lives in Quebec City. defaced a mosque, a synagogue, and a predominantly black church in Ottawa, and terrorized individual citizens across the country who simply want to be productive members of our society. So with Love Together, thousands of Canadians of all ages will take their cue from young people and proclaim no to hate, no to radical extremism, no to discrimination, and yes to a world where we embrace each other, yes to a country where we care for each other, and yes to a community where we look out for each other. It's all about spreading the love. It's all about spreading that love together. And since I'm talking about love, I do not know about you, but I've taken a lot of your attention, but I also do love to dance. So soon it's going to be time for us to let the dance floor take center stage. And just for you to know, did you know disco music was first popularized by clubgoers from the gay, African American, Italian American, and Latino communities? So we're going to celebrate that power, the power of all that mixing and dancing together, unified under one beat, the beat of love. Thank you. Jean-Daniel.
So, are you able to, for the second one, or do you want to pause? Because I think she said all things. I have nothing to say. Because you are so long, my dear. I think it was 15 minutes. So, I try. But it's not easy, you know? It's not easy. Let me say how pleased we are be with you here with amazing people, amazing country, amazing cities, amazing everybody. And I think we can join our efforts to raise money for young people, particularly indigenous youth of the National Capital Region, you know. And this is important for us because the Michael Jean Foundation turns seven this year. Quite a lucky number, I would think. I feel confident to say that we are standing on solid ground of achievements with tried and tested programming. Our fourth wall, making the invisible visible methodology, harnesses the arts to engage marginalized youth in dialogue, help them speak out, regain agency over their lives, and provide concrete solutions to the crises they face. Through forum and workshops, these young people then set in motion plans of actions that the Foundation helps support financially over 3 years through partnership with local youth organizations. This approach is perfectly aligned with the expressed needs of socially excluded youth, whether in the Arctic or here in Ottawa, as youth in poor urban neighborhoods, indigenous communities, migrants' background, refugee, homeless, or stigmatized based on their origin, their religion, or their gender, are calling now more than ever for change. Young people faced with social exclusion want to overcome their challenges and make it. They want to be heard, they want to be respected, and that is why, for 7 years now, the Foundation has stood at their side and offered the means to build their self-esteem and active citizenship with Canadian society. Lately, blustery winds have been sweeping over the world. Radical factions are manipulating weaker sectors of our country, the least informed as well, seeking to mislead, to stir up prejudice, to feed intolerance and rejection of the other, the different, the immigrants, the refugees, the blacks, the Arabs, the LGBT, as if difference itself, in whatever form, was always a potential terrorist threat. Such attitude is, of course, unacceptable. It raises walls between the other, the radically different, opposed to us, the deep, no-rooted, the native-born, all who claim to superimpose more or less consciously blood rights over land rights. This is called populism and is an absolute evil, a backwards ideology, and leads to the war of all against all. Have we forgotten the main lesson of World War III? Third, never again. And for it to never happen again, we must educate everyone, educate everyone, educate young and old again and again, so they envision the world as a whole and the planet as one. Such is the task that the Michael Jean Foundation has taken up to support creative youth who often hold the solution to societal challenges. Once given the means of articulating their message effectively, they are capable of moving and mobilizing hearts and minds, and above all, a sense of goodwill. Nothing is lost as long as the young people resort to the art, culture, and education to express their experiences and share their vision of how to effect the individual and social change required for their growth and for social harmony. That is why we are so delighted to pursue our partnership with amazing people as we plan to ramp up our efforts toward next year when we see Love Together begin to take the nation by storm, unleashing a tidal wave of love, national unity, and community spirit to wash away the negative force of hatred, bigotry, and discrimination. This will not be done without our precious support, so we all encourage you to give and see your gift double, dollar for dollar, as you said. It is our chance of joining our forces for a greater cause, for the betterment of the Canada we all love. Thank you for your attention. You are really absolutely kind. Thank you. Amazing and kind.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Merci infiniment. Merci. Merci.
Hey everyone, it's Carla from Carla in the Kitchen. Join me every week as I give away some of my top secret recipes. These smell so delicious. We'll see you in the kitchen.
I have a secret. I know the future.
Everyone listen! If you don't follow me right now, you're going to die.
There's some parts of history we can't change.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
I can see there's a fight going on inside of you.
Whoever you are, and whoever you work for, we're on to you now.
Traveler teams, they're being abducted and tortured.
Let's gear up. You all know what you have to do.
Travelers, new episode Monday at 9 on Showcase.
My name is Heather Bracken, and I'm a volunteer. I'm on the senior end, I'll call it, and to be able to work with, 20-somethings and 30-somethings and whatever it's great. I think it helps to keep you young. My opinion, the most important thing is to give back to the community, but I guess because I have so much fun with it, it doesn't feel like giving, it's more like receiving.
So we'll continue with our amazing folks. If Timothy can give you number 21. On this side, right here. Perfect. No. Right here.
We saw Christo.
No.
So Lucy Van Olden-Barneveld from CBC 6 O'Clock News was an amazing person tonight. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here with us tonight because Lucy, as you may know, fought breast cancer very publicly, and she's had a situation in her family today. That is, I don't know how to say this. Lucy had breast cancer, and someone that she loves very much in her family now has breast cancer, and she couldn't be here tonight.
Our next honoree, Laura Dudas, president of the Blackburn community, and has organized and volunteered in numerous capacities, like the Seniors Action Committee, and has, throughout the community, has done a lot of work for seniors, and she's working on community advocacy for transit routes, traffic calming, and she's also a Girl Guide leader. Thank you very much, Laura. Can we get Madame Jean and Monsieur Lafont for the photo, please? Sorry to interrupt your dinner. We got to put you to work.
Raju Agarwal, the founder and executive director of One Prosper International, a Canadian charity that is empowering women and girls in India to break the cycle of poverty. One Prosper has enabled more than 300 women in arid regions of India to grow fruits and vegetables in drip irrigation. As a result, women have been able to increase their percentage income by 50%. I think that that's incredible.
Our next nominee, Lisa Wexler. She's not just amazing, she's awesome. With her husband, Derek, Lisa created Awesome Ottawa. The idea behind Awesome is that no one should be excluded from sports and recreation. Sometimes community programs are not designed to meet the needs of kids with autism. In other cases, financially stressed families just can't afford to enroll after they paid for all their children's therapies. Awesome develops autism-friendly sports and recreational programs, trains members of existing community programs, and develops physical literacy programs.
Daryl Wilton, my friend, one of those people that runs in when we all run out. He has worked as an advanced care paramedic for the City of Ottawa since 2001 and began his career as a primary care paramedic in 1996. Daryl is currently president of the Professional Paramedic Association and has been a leader in growing the number of people who are there for us. Daryl.
Our next honoree, Claire Smith. Always a driven overachiever, Claire has excelled at academics and sports, accelerated by 2 grades and completed a computer science degree. She competed at elite level in equestrian sport, representing Canada in 1994 World Championships and 96 Olympic Games. Tragedy struck at the European Championships in 97, where she suffered a serious fall and sustained a severe traumatic brain injury. For the first 4 months after the fall, amnesia prevented her from forming new memories. At the same time, because of brain injury, compromised her cognitive abilities, she had to relearn basic skills such as feeding herself, walking, and personal hygiene. Rather than being home owner faith, she focused her energy and drive on academics and volunteerism. She finished her PhD and then went on to run marathons and complete triathlons before being diagnosed with dystonia in 2006. She sits on the boards of the Brockville YMCA, speaks at conferences, is a board member of the Wings of Phoenix, and sits on local accessibility committees, and will become a director of the Ontario Brain Injury Association in 2018. Our next honoree, Joel Barrett, is an amazing person for his civic leadership and significant lasting impact in Stittsville community in West Ottawa. He's coached youth girls hockey teams as part of the Stittsville Minor Hockey Association since 2009. He's also raised money for several charities by participating in Ride the Rito and the CN Tower for CHIO. He's also the founder of 24 Hours of Hockey for Wishes, and he founded the Hockey Marathon with all proceeds going to Make-A-Wish Foundation from Tyson's Mission, another former amazing person. And because we got a few more, I get to do the next one. Derek Fage, my dear friend.
No.
They called him the face of feces. They have. And he wears it proudly. I'm not making this up. You've probably seen him as the host of Breakfast Television in Montreal now. After moving on, we're kind of sad moving on from the Ottawa scene. He bravely spoke about incontinence disorder a couple years ago on TV, and then went on to do a TED Talk, becoming a champion for the cause. He volunteers countless hours for organizations such as Caring Parents for Murdered Children, Victims of Violence, and Live, Work, Play, whose founders are also amazing people.
Sue Christie. She's the vice principal at Adrian Clarkson School. She's originally from Kenya, a mother of three, two of whom are adopted from China. She's also the chair of the Children's Bridge Foundation, a nonprofit registered charity based in Ottawa that provides support to orphaned and abandoned children in developing countries. Sue travels to Kenya every year and takes her kids along to help an orphanage there. She wants them to understand the importance of helping others and to make a difference in the life of a child. Words to me spoken by Max Keeping, who started Amazing People.
Our next nominee, Tommy Disbracy, is a 25-year-old who has autism. During his young life, he defied the odds and emerged from a solitary world to engage fully and joyfully embrace the world and the people around him. He's a very accomplished athlete. I can guarantee you he can kick all our butts in a 5K. And he's finished 8th overall in the 5,000-meter race and now preparing to qualify for the Paralympics in Tokyo in 2020. He trains with the Ottawa Lions Club, and he mentors and encourages everyone he encounters. He's accumulated many world-class accomplishments, including qualifying for the Boston Marathon. In addition to running, he's also an accomplished skier, kayaker, and paddling with the Rideau Canoe Club, and winning gold in the Canadian National Championship in 2001 and 2011 and 2012. Our next honoree, Vanessa Simmons. Vanessa makes the most, absolutely most of every single minute, and that's why she's amazing. The scar on her thigh is the only reminder of her cancer battle 10 years ago. Slowed her down just a bit. After learning to walk again, she jumped deep into helping the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation. Cancer stopped Vanessa in her tracks this April when the deceased took her younger sister after a battle that lasted more than 2 years. Leaving 3 children under the age of 7, Vanessa became super aunt, so her nieces and nephews' lives would not miss a beat despite the loss of her mother.
I'd like to invite up next the Agoro family. Bashir Agoro, along with his wife Abiola and daughters Shola and Moji, have shown tremendous strength and courage by turning a personal tragedy into an opportunity to promote inclusiveness, kindness, and peace. On the night of June 8th, 2002, Dapo Agoro was stabbed to death while trying to break up a fight at a nightclub in Ottawa. Inspired by Dapo's courage and embracing Dr. Martin Luther King's vision of a world where nonviolence is a way of life, the Agoro family established the Dapo Agoro Foundation for Peace. In 2016, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said to them that Dapo Fund Day was commending the Agoro family supporting nonviolence. Ladies and gentlemen, the Agoro family. Stay there for a photo.
Our next honoree, Susan Cross. She started visiting Nairobi, Kenya in '91, while on vacation, returned in '92, volunteering as a social worker in the Matare slum during part of her stay. At the time, she was running Project Chance in Montreal, an organization that assists single mothers with affordable housing. During one of her earliest trips, she discovered a small school in the gang-run part of the slum in desperate need of help. Since 1992, she has raised close to $500,000 for this little school through her own kind of passionate approach.
We're just going to wait for Sue-Ann to get her photo done, and then I'm going to introduce you to my beloved friend, Jacob Rosser. Jacob is 14 years old, and he struggled with mental health all of his life. Psychiatric conditions are not easy to talk about for children. Increasing awareness and funding for children with mental health inspired this young man to speak out. He was one of my CHIO kids. I couldn't possibly have been more proud of Jacob for talking out. He does not like to be touched, Madame Jean-Daniel Lafont. He does not like to be touched, and his father is going to present him with this award. I'm just gonna go.
Our next honoree, Yi Lur Nimwang, has spent hundreds of volunteers hours trying to help people with disabilities and accessibility issues. He's working with the Assisted Devices Lab at Briere, creating tailor-made communication solutions for our patients. He has changed the quality of life for people, helping them communicate with their loved ones, sometimes for the first time in years. Through his work with long-term care patients, they find an integrative, inexpensive solution. Trying to find a magnet now. Thank you, Jacob. Our next honoree, another former pro football player, Mark Hatfield, travels from school to school promoting a message that success is a result of trying and sometimes failing. But it's important as he gets up on the chair, because he's not tall enough, obviously. He impacts his audience no matter their age. He's also a stand-up comedian, so he tries to get through them through laughter with funny movements during his talks. He gains a new sparkle in their eye, a lesson he learned. He's a current City of Ottawa firefighter and a stand-up comedian, and he gives back to the community every day. He's inspired by the loss of his big brother, Bill, who encouraged Mark to reach for the stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Sherwood couldn't be here with us tonight because she is running an orphanage in Madagascar, and she's in her 70s. So we respect her for that, but we wanted to acknowledge that she is an amazing person.
Our next honorees, Chelsea June and J.G. Métis singer, songwriter Chelsea June, along with her fiancé. You got to hear them earlier today. They were a great way to kind of start the evening. Their songs are sung in English, Inuktitut, and French. Based in Ottawa, Chelsea's hometown, they've been working to change people's outlook one song at a time. Chelsea and J.G. now provide healing through music workshops. Much of their work involves suicide prevention, mental health support, and drug and alcohol abuse alternatives. They work in remote Arctic communities, reserves, as well as within the Ottawa School Board. Yes. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys, and thank you for performing earlier. Kelly McNall. She's participated in and organized a number of fundraising initiatives to support the efforts of the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation, Make-A-Wish Eastern Ontario, Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, and the Canadian Cancer Society. Kelly is an avid curler, and in 2014, she founded Curling for a Cause, an animal charity bonspiel to support local community causes and organizations. And since its inception, the event has hosted more than 300 curlers and has raised $25,000. Kelly. Where'd Kelly go?
She's behind. There's a little bit of a traffic jam in the photo session. We'll get that rectified.
This is our last one, though.
And our last, but definitely not the least, nominee tonight. You probably heard this lady's name or you heard the story. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight, but once I explain the story, you'll know why. Our last honoree of the night is Tina Duelo. She's a very well-known mom of Jonathan Pitt, Ottawa's butterfly child, well-known champion for the disease called EB, where his skin is as fragile as butterfly's wings. Tina has given her own stem cells and has been at his bedside for his last 18 months in Minneapolis for his experimental treatment, which obviously she couldn't be here tonight. But we have another amazing person. Her sister is here to accept the award. Naomi, if you're in the crowd. I can't see because it's so bright, so. Yes, we got to. If you haven't had a chance to watch some of the info on Jonathan, the TSN documentary, the great song that Tara Shannon played, I might have shed a few tears over those videos. So really, really touching times. No, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tina has a few words to say about her brother, Jonathan Petra, who you all know as the butterfly child, and her mother, who is the recipient here tonight.
How are you? Good, you? Good. Give me a hug. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm here to accept this pin on behalf of my mom, Tina Duelo. This has been a very long and difficult journey for me and my family. The sacrifices that my mother has made to permit my brother to have a better quality of life is nothing short than amazing. Even though she is far away, she has continued to guide me in my development while caring for my brother day and night. Regardless to who wins the award tonight, my mother will always be the winner to my eyes. I can only hope to be as strong, courageous, and caring as my mom when I grow up. I would like to thank everyone who has followed and supported my family through this journey and for having nominated my mom for the Amazing Person Award. Congratulations to all nominees and have a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Madame Jean-Daniel Lafont, we're going to focus a musical performance on mental health and Indigenous young people, and then we're going to announce the winners. Enjoy. Tara Shannon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tara Shannon, and it's my pleasure to be the creative director. Amazing people. Yes, it's incredible. I don't know if many of you know how this even started, but this started with a small idea that Kimothy had when she was at CTV that she shared with Max Keeping. And he encouraged her to follow her instincts to celebrate amazing people. And it takes an amazing person to want to celebrate amazing people. So please join me in thanking Kimothy for the work that she's done for this and the community. Yes, please. When she asked me to join the group, she started with some of the charity stuff, and then she went right to the fact that they had their own wine. I'm like, I'm in. Congratulations on the work you've done. You always encourage me as an artist. You inspire me. And she was the one that inspired making the connection with this song that was on my record to have it raise money for Indigenous youth through the Ottawa Aboriginal Coalition. And the message of the song also speaks to the heart of amazing people. And it's about celebrating each other, and it's about reminding each other that no matter what we're facing, we are never truly alone. This is someone who understands. Some people are running, some people are fighting, and some are screaming to be found, and some are hiding. Everybody wants freedom, everybody wants more. Seems like everything's a price we can't afford. Well, I can't tell you everything's fine. There's a city that's drowning, there's a world on fire, but somewhere in this moment there's someone who is going through everything you think that you can't. Someone who understands. Some people are falling, some people are breaking, and some are so far down that no one dares to save them. A million different stories, but they're all the same. So we all stumble through the darkness, trying to understand the pain. Well, I can't tell you everything's fine. There's a city that's drowning, there's a world on fire, but somewhere in this moment there's someone who is going through everything you think that you can.
songs keep playing, we all keep beating, and every ending is a new beginning. Someone out there knows how you're feeling. I can't tell you everything's fine. There's a city that's drowning, there's a world on fire, but somewhere in this moment there's someone who is going through everything you think that you can. I can't tell you everything's fine. There's a city that's drowning, there's a world on fire, but somewhere in this moment there's someone who is going through everything you think that you can't. Somebody understands. You're amazing people.
The official envelope, the night we've been waiting for, audited and everything. This is not like the Oscars or anything.
So I have to say, Eric and I have nothing to do with the selection of this group, because that would be just poor. So it appears that we have almost a tie for the first time in history. So I'm going to go to the winner in a second, because that's a little complicated. Right now, I'm going to go to something that we call the Inspiration Award, because this individual came a very close second to an incredible person in our community, Ibrahim Musa. Could you get Madame Jean?
If I can get Madame Jean and Monsieur Lafont up on stage for some photos as well. Sorry to interrupt your dessert.
You go ahead. Yeah. Ibrahim is a dedicated volunteer in Ottawa Community Housing. He does cuts for kids. He came to Canada and he wanted to make this a better place, and our lawyers felt that Ibrahim was an incredible example of everything that is amazing. Congratulations, Ibrahim. Oh, Madame Jean, still here. We've arranged for Ibrahim to meet with our winner, who could not be here tonight because he calls the games for the Ottawa Senators. And he's raised more than $300,000 along with his wife. His wife, Connie, was going to be here tonight, but her dad fell from a scaffold and has a head injury, and so we're hoping tonight for good things. And Stu knew and was going to surprise his wife and has this message for her. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you in person tonight, but I'm here announcing the Senators-Leafs game. Thank you very much for this incredible honor. I know that I speak on behalf of Connie and I when I say that we are completely honored and humbled to receive this incredible honor. There are so many amazing people in our community that are doing amazing things, as you're all seeing tonight. And I know that we are envious of what all of you do in our community. Personally, I want to thank you for supporting the No More Bullies campaign that we launched back in 2011 at Magic 100. And thank you for, I can't thank the city enough for supporting the Stu Strong campaign. Over the last 18 months has raised over $315,000 thanks to generous partners like Dan and Barbara and so many people in our community. But the real amazing person tonight is not me, it's my beautiful wife Connie, or Consuelo. She is the rock that holds our family together, and through thick and thin, she's always been there, always putting on a brave face, but she is the real amazing person. And I thank you very much for honoring us tonight, but please give a round of applause for my wife, Connie. I love you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your amazing people of the year, Stuntman Stu, and Connie, I'm used to calling her Connie, Consuelo Bernardi. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night, and we will be giving this trophy to Stuntman Stu and Connie tomorrow morning. Have a great night.
Now we'll turn over to Brian Henry and the good folks from Quality Entertainment. And hopefully you brought your dancing shoes like I did for a lovely disco inferno.
Did you?
I brought my dancing shoes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, off we go.
Thanks again. Have yourself a great night.
Good night.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
My name is Barrett Adi, and I'm a volunteer at Rogers TV. I love most about volunteering that I do give back to this community, and I love the experience I'm gaining. This is my major, and I really do love it. I do it with passion. As a newcomer, I wanted to feel that I fit in the community. It's made me more confident, and it's improved my communication skills.
With the new Rogers Anyplace TV app, now you can take your TV entertainment on the go. Watch the shows you want from anywhere on your favorite device. Hundreds of movie titles, your favorite shows, even sports and news, live or on demand. With a new look and feel that makes finding what you want easier than ever. And the best part? Anyplace TV is already included